Today we are going to discuss about NEET UG MCQs. Okay. So myself, Dr. Sheban, MBBS DCH, post-graduated from Madras Medical College. Okay. So this is our part 45. My first question itself is a previous year repeat MCQ. In flowering plants, the progenitor of next generation is zygote. The question is in flowering plants. The answer is zygote. True or false? In flowering plants. What is the answer? It is embryo. It is given in your page number C. You can check it out. Embryo. In flowering plants, progenitor of next generation is embryo. See, all the questions I have taken from NCERT 12th standard textbook. Okay. Oviparous and viviparous classification is based on what? Based on what? It's based on the site of zygote development, either inside or outside. The site or the location of zygote development is a repeat MCQ. Example of oviparous. Example of oviparous. It should be like oviparous. What is your answer? Reptiles and birds. Example of oviparous is reptiles and birds. Example of viviparous. Vivi. What is the answer? Human beings and mammals are examples of viviparous. Examples are human beings and mammals. Survival of young ones is more in viviparous than in oviparous. True or false? Viviparous survival is more than omniparous. Oviparous is a true statement. In flowering plants, zygote is formed in which site? In flowering plants, zygote is formed in which site? Which site? Any idea? Inside the ovule. Inside the ovule. What is the question? In flowering plants, zygote is formed inside the ovule. What is the question for pistil? Any idea for pistil question? Pistil, any idea? In a flowering plant, after fertilization, pistil never falls off from the mother plant. Pistil never falls off from the mother plant. So that is the important MCQ for pistil. Okay. This is how you should prepare for NEET. In flowering plants, seeds are from embryo. True or false? I am talking about flowering plants, embryo. In flowering plants, seeds are formed from embryo. True or false? Seeds are formed from ovules. Everything repeat MCQ. Ovules. In flowering plants, seeds are formed from ovules is the correct answer. In flowering plants, embryo develops from ovules. True or false? In flowering plants, embryo develops from ovules. True or false? Embryo develops from zygote. So in flowering plants, embryo develops from zygote is the correct answer. and I am going to clear all your confusion. Okay, I am going to clear all your confusion. So thing is in flowering plants. Okay, in flowering plants, seed is formed from ovule. Seed is formed from ovule. Fruit is formed from ovary. Fruit is formed from ovary. What is this? Embryo is formed from zygote. Embryo is formed from zygote. Zygote is developed inside the ovule. Classic MCQ. You should understand from below. Come from below, okay? Just memorize this one. You memorize this. Seed is formed from ovule. Fruit is formed from ovary. Embryo is formed from zygote. Zygote is formed from inside the site of zygote formation, inside the ovule. I have made it very clear for you. Not even the textbook. It's better than the textbook. Okay, but the question is for flowering plants. In flowering plants, just mug it up. Made it very clear for you. See, now you can answer this. Embryo is formed from gamete. In flowering plants, okay, in flowering plants, embryo is formed from gamete. True or false? Embryo is formed from zygote. I made it very clear. Zygote, okay. So don't forget Sheben, okay. Embryogenesis occurs in fertilization. True or false? Embryogenesis occurs in fertilization. True or false? The same question they have repeated last year. Same question last year MCQ. Post fertilization. Embryogenesis occurs in post fertilization. Be very careful whenever you are answering true or false. See, use of cell division of zygote in embryogenesis. Why zygote should undergo cell division? What is the purpose? What is the purpose as per your textbook, not logic? What is the purpose? Just to increase the number of cells, that's all. Whenever they give an MCQ question, they will give 4 other complicated choices, make you confused. A basic reason, to increase the number of cells. To increase the number of cells. What is the question? Cell division, zygote, embryo, genesis. What is the use of cell division? The basic simple answer. To increase the number of cells. See, next question. Use of cell differentiation in zygote. That is cell division in zygote. This is use of cell differentiation in zygote in embryogenesis. What is the answer? What is the answer? Cell differentiation. To form specialized tissue and organs. This is cell differentiation. To form specialized tissue and organs. In dash plant, male gamete is immature. In which plant male gamete is immature? If you know this point, you can answer a true or false statement. Okay. In dash plant, male gamete is immotile. Immotile. Generally, male gametes are so motile that you should know. Generally, male gametes are motile. They will swim motile. But there is exception. In dash plant, male gametes are immotile. Seed plants. This is how you should prepare for NEET. Seed plants. Zygote formation is a post-fertilization event. True or false? Zygote formation. Zygote formation. Any idea? Zygote formation is a fertilization event. Fertilization event. So post-fertilization means after what incident? Okay, they'll give you 4 choices. Everything will look alike, will make us confused. So your textbook says post-fertilization means after what? After formation of zygote. Make it very clear. What is the question? Post-fertilization means after. In 2 conditions you get thick-walled, very thick-walled zygote. Where? Especially in 2 thick-walled zygote. Thick-walled zygote means you must answer. Just like that you must answer. What is this? Algae and fungi. They will ask which of the following is thick-walled. Which of the following has thick-walled zygote. Don't forget the question. Thick-walled zygote. They will ask which of the following is thick-walled zygote. You must check which is the fungus. You must answer. If there is no fungus, you must see which is the algae. You must answer. This is called NEET preparation. For that, you must have these basic ideas. Thick-walled zygote, you must have in my mind. Algae, fungi. Okay, next question. Why thick-walled fungi for thick-walled zygote for algae and fungi? Why? For what? For what? To resist desiccation, resistance of desiccation and damage. Very simple. They'll give 4 complicated choices and make you confused. Why thick-walled zygote in algae and fungi? For resistant desiccation and damage. The vital link between a generation to the next generation is called what? A vital link. A vital link from generation to generation is called zygote. They'll give seed, embryo, gamete, zygote, whatever words they'll give. A textbook clearly says this word only. So you always answer zygote. What is the question? The vital link from generation to generation is by zygote. Human life starts from. What is your answer? Human life starts from where? From a single cell zygote. Same word they are given in a textbook. Single cell zygote. Human cell. Spores are formed typically in which life cycle? Spores. Any idea? Haplontic. Whenever you see the word haplontic, always think about spores and don't forget Sheben also. Okay, because I have taught you this important point. Haplontic, when you think about that, always think about spores. Spores formed in haplontoid life cycle. Made it very clear for you. In organisms of haplontoid life cycle, zygote divides in mitosis. True or false? See, these are all no logic. If you study, you can answer. Even if you read the textbook 100 times, you cannot capture all these points inside your brain. Okay. What is the question? In organism with haplontic lifestyle, zygote divides in mitosis. True or false? It is always in meiosis. See, this is a repeat MCQ. The same question they have asked last year. Okay. In haplontic life style, zygote divides to form what? Zygote divides to form what? Any idea? Just now I told you. Haploid spores. They will keep diploid spores, haploid spores, both of the above, none of the above, and they will make you confused. Haploid spores. What is the question? In haplontic lifestyle, zygote divides and forms haploid spores. Haploid spores. In haplontic lifestyle, zygote divides to form finally what? What is the final thing? Finally, they form haploid individuals. They will ask diploid to keep diploid individuals in choice. Haplontic lifestyle. In haplontic lifestyle, stigma divides to form haploid individuals. See, now this question is very easy for you. You can answer this. Embryo is formed from zygote. Now you will answer. The diagram. Embryo is formed from zygote. True or false? Yes. It's a true statement. Terrestrial. Okay. Terrestrial organisms shows parthenogenesis. True or false? If you know the meaning of parthenogenesis, you can answer this MCQ. Terrestrial organism shows parthenogenesis. True or false? No. Terrestrial animals show internal fertilization is a true statement. Reptiles show parthenogenesis. True or false? This is how you should prepare for NEET. Reptile shows parthenogenesis. True or false? True or false? Reptiles also show internal fertilization. So, internal fertilization. We studied two things. Terrestrial animals, terrestrial organisms and reptiles. See, gymnosperm exhibit internal fertilization. True or false? Internal fertilization by gymnosperm. No logic at all. What is the answer? True or false? Yes, it is a true statement. So we studied terrestrial organisms reptiles, and what did we study last one? We studied gymnosperm. So gymnosperm, terrestrial organism and reptiles show internal fertilization. Repeat, match the following MCQ. Bryophytes shows external fertilization. True or false? Bryophytes. Any idea? Any idea? Bryophytes. Any idea? Bryophytes. Bryophytes shows internal fertilization. Okay? Be very careful. Okay? Bryophytes. So we studied terrestrial organisms, reptiles, gymnosperms, bryophytes. All shows internal fertilization. Okay, 4 things we discussed. Okay, for internal fertilization. Pteridophytes. P-T-E-R-O, pteridophyte. Do you know the meaning of pteridophyte? You hear my previous video. Okay. What is it, true or false? Internal, pteridophytes. Internal. What is the answer? Yes, it is a true statement. Mammals exhibit internal fertilization. True or false? Mammals. I'm talking about mammals. Think and answer. The answer is true statement. Mammals. Angiosperms exhibit external fertilization. No logic business. What is the answer? Angiosperms exhibit internal fertilization. Very important MCQ. So internal fertilization, what are the answers? Any idea? Internal fertilization. Number 1, angiosperm. Number 2, mammals. Number 3, pteridophytes. Number 4, terrestrial organisms. Number 6, reptiles. Number 7, gymnosperm. Number 5, bryophytes. This is how you should prepare for NEET. Not reading the textbook 100 times. He found out that and they found out this and I found out that. That's a total waste of time. Okay? That is I'm telling you. They have scientifically proved that. They have scientifically proved. If you want to memorize a study material in your brain, you must hear this video for 7 days continuously. Top scores, 720 out of 720 people, students, they keep this as a secret. They don't tell this outside. If you hear this video for 7 days continuously, you will remember all the 100 points minimum for 1 year. That is the power of 7 days continuous recall. It's not my technique. It is practiced by top scorers. If you want, you can do that. You try in this video, you will get 100% result. Yes. Otherwise, tomorrow afternoon, you will forget everything. You will forget everything. Waste of hearing this video till this end. Yes. Embryogenesis occur in fertilization. That's not what I told you. The beginning, first MCQ. Embryogenesis occurs in fertilization. What is your idea? Embryogenesis always occurs in post-fertilization. Post-fertilization. Fishes have parthenogenesis. True or false? Fishes have parthenogenesis. True or false? Any idea? So many MCQs they will come parthenogenesis. Any idea? It is a false statement. False statement. ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்குதோ. Syngamy is asexual reproduction. True or false? Syngamy is asexual reproduction. True or false? If you know the meaning of syngamy, you can answer this. Syngamy is a false statement. Syngamy is a sexual reproduction. Syngamy and dash have almost same meaning. Syngamy. Any idea? Syngamy and wherever you see the word fertilization, think of syngamy. Wherever there is syngamy, think of fertilization. That is a match the following MCQ also. Okay. Syngamy. If you find the word syngamy on the left side, see for fertilization on the right side. Just match it. Okay. Okay. At that time, remember Sheban also. Okay. Syngamy means almost fertilization. Example of parthenogenesis. Any idea? Example of parthenogenesis. Any idea? Rotifer, honeybee, some lizards, and the last one is turkey. Or they can ask, parthenogenesis is exhibited by which of the following? There are 4 points. They'll keep 3, they'll remove 1 and keep something else, which is the wrong statement. So parthenogenesis, rotifers, honeybee, some lizard, not all lizard, some lizard, and turkey. What is the question? 4 examples of parthenogenesis. What is the answer? Rotifer, honeybee, some lizard, and turkey. Why I am showing it repeatedly? Multiple time MCQ. Next question. Male and female gametes formed in different individuals is called. Male and female gamete formed in different individuals is called what? What is your answer? It's called dioecious. What is the question? Male and female gametes formed in different individuals is called. This MCQ they have asked in true or false statements. Okay. Pollination occur in fertilization. True or false? Pollination occur in fertilization. True or false? Pollination. Pollination occurs in fertilization. True or false? Pollination occurs in gene transfer of pre-fertilization. This is called NEET preparation. Okay. Gene transfer of pre-fertilization. What happens? Pollination happens. So pollination occurs in fertilization is a wrong statement. The correct statement is pollination occurs in gene transfer of pre-fertilization. Gametes are formed in fertilization. True or false? Gametes. Gametes are formed in fertilization. What's the idea? Any idea? Gametes are formed in gametogenesis of pre-fertilization. This is the classical NEET MCQ. Gametogenesis of pre-fertilization. What is the question? Gametes are formed in fertilization is a false statement. The correct answer is gametogenesis of pre-fertilization. Meiocytes are formed during fertilization. True or false? Meiocytes. Any idea? Meiocytes. Any idea? In gametogenesis of pre-fertilization. Gametogenesis of pre-fertilization. That is why I repeated telling you. It is only by 7 days continuous recall technique. You can remember all the MCQs for a minimum of 1 year period. Yes. Cell division occurs in fertilization. True or false? Cell division occurs in fertilization. True or false? Cell division occurs in gametogenesis of pre-fertilization. Don't forget the question. Cell division occurs in fertilization. Wrong statement. The correct statement is cell division occurs in gametogenesis of pre-fertilization. Syngamy occurs in gametogenesis. True or false? This is how I prepare NEET tough MCQs. Syngamy occurs in gametogenesis. True or false? Syngamy. Syngamy occurs in fertilization. Syngamy occurs in fertilization. Syngamy occurs in fertilization. Zygote formed in gametogenesis. True or false? Zygote formed in gametogenesis. True or false? True or false? Zygote. Zygote is formed in fertilization. Zygote is formed in fertilization. See, now I am going to give you a clear-cut idea. Okay. Now you will understand everything. Name two events which occurs in pre-fertilization. Pre-fertilization. Two events. Gametogenesis and gene transfer. When you hear this video next time, if you know this point, you will answer everything. Tuck, 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 you will answer. What is the question? Name two events of pre-fertilization. One is gametogenesis, another is gene transfer. What is the question? Name two events of pre-fertilization. You must know gametogenesis and gene transfer. Can you answer this now? Example of parthenogenesis. You forgot. That is why I am telling you again. 7 days continuous recall technique. Example of parthenogenesis. Any idea? Rotifer, honeybee, some lizard and turkey. What is the question? Parthenogenesis. Same question you can expect next year when you write the NEET exam. Same question you will expect. That time you must remember Sheben. Okay. So what is the meaning of the word syngamy? You studied in your textbook. Waste of studying. This is called recall technique. You must read the textbook only once. Don't do revision, waste of time. Recall. See, syngamy, think. What's the answer? Fusion of gametes. Or they can ask, fusion of gametes is called what? That time also you don't know. We'll get confused. Fusion of gametes is called syngamy. See, this was an MCQ last year they asked. Last year. Zygote is haploid. True or false? No logic. Zygote is haploid. True or false? Zygote is diploid. Zygote is diploid. Zygote is diploid. See, now you answer this question. Gamete is haploid. True or false? Huh? Gamete is haploid. True or false? This is called NEET preparation. It is a true statement. It is a true statement. Keep it in mind, okay? I'll summarize. Zygote is diploid. Gamete is haploid. Even in the deep sleep, you must memorize this. No confusion. Repeated MCQ. Zygote is diploid. Gamete is haploid. Okay. Zygote is diploid and gamete is haploid is a true statement. So now you know parthenogenesis occur in pre-fertilization. True or false? Now you know this answer. Parthenogenesis occurs in pre-fertilization. Parthenogenesis, it occurs in the fertilization step. See, your textbook says 3 events in fertilization. 3 events in fertilization. Okay. What else in fertilization? Syngamy, zygote formation, parthenogenesis. What is the question? 3 events in fertilization. Syngamy, zygote formation and parthenogenesis. Pollination is a type of gene transfer. True or false? See, true or false statements are not that easy. You must know the depth of the subject. Pollination is a type of gene transfer. What is your answer? Pollination in plants. What is your answer? It is a true statement. So can you tell me 4 examples of parthenogenesis? Rotifer, honeybee, some lizard, turkey. All these are examples of parthenogenesis. I made it very clear for you. Okay, good. They will ask, which of the following is a fern? F-E-R-N. Can you tell me one fern from your textbook? 12th standard NCERT. One fern. Any idea? Ophioglossum. 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 Example of fern. Ophioglossum. Pollination occurs only in 2 conditions. Do you know that? Pollination occurs only in 2 conditions. If you know this point, you can answer true or false statement very easily. Any idea? Only 2 things. Only in cross-pollination plants and dioecious plants. Just memorize it thoroughly. They will confuse you so many other points. Cross-pollination occurs in No. What did I tell you? Pollination occurs in cross-pollinating plants and dioecious plants. Okay, just keep this as a basic point so that you can answer other questions. But if you don't know this point, you cannot answer those things. See next question. Pollination occurs in bisexual plants. True or false? Now you know the answer. It occurs in dioecious plants. It's a wrong statement. This is how you should prepare NEET. For that, you must practice 7 days continuous recall. Otherwise, tomorrow afternoon you will forget everything. So kindly share this great awareness video with your junior friends, senior friends, to your biology madam, to your biology ma'am, and to your NEET coach. Let them learn how to prepare. Okay, write some good comments. And after hearing this video, you can hear my part 46 in the same YouTube channel. Okay, good. See, as I told you before, all the questions I have taken from your NCERT 12th standard textbook. I think you can answer this now. Pollination occurs in, I think you will answer this. Pollination occurs in self-fertilizing plants. What did I tell you? Cross. See now? Pollination is a no. For that, you must know the meaning of the word self-fertilizing plants. What do you mean by self-fertilizing plants? Self-fertilizing plants means bisexual. Bisexual, no pollination. In dioecious plants, pollination. Which plant do not have pollination? Why? There are so many plants, but you must answer this. Which plants do not have pollination? Why? It is the pea plant. Why? Because pea plant is bisexual. This is how they will ask NEET MCQ. NEET is a very easy exam. So what is the question? Which plant do not have pollination? Why? That time you must answer pea plant. If they ask why, you must answer because pea plant is bisexual. Or they can ask one more MCQ. Which of the following plant is bisexual? That time you must answer pea plant. This is our NEET preparation, man. We can make it a masala. Okay, good. So this is actual NEET. Why pollination is not needed for pea plant? Why? Even though it is a bisexual plant, why pollination is not needed for pea plant? Any idea? Any idea? Because anther and stigma are very close to each other. From the anther it will fall down directly into stigma. Because the anther, if this is anther and the stigma are very close to each other. This is called NEET preparation. You must prepare like this. See, clear cut MCQ point. Clear cut. If you have this logic point, you can answer so many MCQs. In bisexual plants, no pollination. True or false? True or false? Yes, it is true. So when they ask an MCQ, in which of the following plant no pollination, you must see which is a bisexual plant and just answer. You must know all the examples of, if you know all the examples of bisexual plants, you can answer toughest MCQ. See, in bisexual plants, no pollination. That should be in your mind. Basic point. This is the carry-home message. So it is a true statement. Site of germination in pollen grains. Site of germination. Site of germination. I'm talking about germination. Pollen grains where? Stigma. Or they will ask which of the following sequences happens in stigma. They will give 3 other wrong choice and they will keep this. That time we should answer. Site of germination of pollen grains. Got it? So what is the question for stigma? Site of fertilization in pollen grains. Male gametes are carried by what? Male gametes in a flowering plant. In a flowering plant, male gametes are carried by what? Pollen tube. Male gametes are carried by pollen tube. In parthenogenesis, there is no fertilization. True or false? Parthenogenesis, no fertilization. True or false? Everything is available in your textbook only, NCERT. What is the answer? True statement. These are all the carry-over messages. You must keep it in your mind. For that, you must practice 7 days continuous recall. Very, very important. So what do you mean by the word parthenogenesis? Parthenogenesis. Female gamete undergoes development to form a new organism without fertilization. Female gamete undergoes development to form a new organism without fertilization. That is called parthenogenesis. They will keep this and they will ask, give 4 choices. Parthenogenesis. Some 4 points they will keep. That time you should answer parthenogenesis. So what is parthenogenesis? What is parthenogenesis? What is parthenogenesis? What is parthenogenesis? In algae, syngamy occurs in body. Syngamy occurs inside the body. Okay, true or false? In algae, syngamy occurs inside the body. True or false? Very, very important MCQ point. In algae, syngamy occurs in the water. Water. Syngamy means fertilization. Water. What is the question? Algae. In algae, syngamy occurs in the body. It's a wrong statement. Occurs in water. In fishes, syngamy occurs in the gills. True or false? For fishes, syngamy occurs in the gills. True or false? In fishes, syngamy occurs in the water. In amphibians, syngamy occurs in mouth. In amphibians, syngamy occurs in the water. This is how you should prepare for NEET. In frogs, they'll ask like this. In frogs, syngamy occurs in the oral pouch. True or false? In frogs, syngamy occurs in the water. So syngamy occurs in water. Syngamy occurs in water for 4 things. Any idea? Can you repeat? Frogs, amphibians, 2 more. What else? Frogs, amphibians, fish, algae. Keep it in mind, okay? Syngamy occurs in water for algae, fish, amphibians, frog. So example of external fertilization. External fertilization. External fertilization. These 4 things, that's all. Outside the water, no? Same 4 things. Algae, fish, amphibians, frog. That is why I told syngamy occurs in water. Outside, external fertilization, water. External fertilization. Organisms with external fertilization releases few number of gametes. True or false? External fertilization release few number of gametes. True or false? Very few. True or false? It is always this much. Large amount of gametes. Yes. Large amount. Okay. So why large amounts of gametes are produced by external fertilization? Why? Why? To enhance the choice of syngamy. To enhance the choice of syngamy. To enhance the choice of syngamy. What is the major drawback of large number of gametes released? What is the major drawback of large number of gametes released? All the younger ones will be killed or eaten by predators. Right? MCQ. This is a repeat MCQ. Repeat MCQ. Cell division of zygote occurs during cell division of zygote occurs during embryogenesis in post fertilization. Cell division occurs in embryogenesis in post fertilization. Cell division of zygote occurs in embryogenesis of post fertilization. Same question, cell differentiation. Okay. Cell differentiation of zygote occurs in dash part of fertilization. The answer is same. Same answer. Embryogenesis and embryogenesis of post fertilization. Okay. So they'll ask in another way. In embryogenesis of post fertilization, name the 2 major events. You must write cell division, cell differentiation, both. Okay, both. Because they'll ask cell division only, cell differentiation only, both of the above, none of the above. That time you should answer both of the above, and you must remember Sheben also. Okay. What is inside? Any question for inside? In flowering plants, zygote is formed inside the ovule. In flowering plants, Zygote is found inside the ovule. Strong uterus contraction. Strong uterus contraction in parturition is by what? Do you know the meaning of what parturition means? Delivery of the baby. So strong uterus has to contract to deliver the baby out. So what is responsible? Single most hormone is oxytocin. OXYTOCIN. They'll give four choice: estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin, and some other hormone they'll give, TSH. That time you will get confused. That time you should remember oxytocin and don't forget the question. What is the question? Strong uterus contraction during parturition or normal delivery of the baby is oxytocin. RNA replicates semi-conservatively. True or false? RNA replicates semi-conservatively. True or false? Any idea? RNA replicates semi-conservatively. True or false? It is a false statement because DNA replicates semi-conservatively. You can see in this textbook. True or false statement? DNA replicates semi-conservatively is a MCQ point. Can you tell me an endocrine tissue, not organ? Endocrine tissue. Can you tell me endocrine tissue? Placenta in females. Placenta in females. Placenta in females. Endocrine tissue. Normal gestation period in humans. What do you mean by gestation period? Pregnant mother. Period from the day of conceivement to the day of delivery. That period is called gestation period. That is a separate MCQ. So what is that period? Conceivement to delivery. How many, what's the period? What's the duration? Gestation period. 9 months. Don't forget the word gestation period. Gestation period. I think you know this. Expulsion of fetus during a delivery is by what? Expulsion of fetus during delivery is by, I told you just before, contraction of uterus. The uterus contracts and pushes the baby out. Okay? Contraction of the uterus. Can you tell me a question for this complex? COMPLEX, complex. Any idea? Complex. Parturition is a complex neuroendocrine mechanism. If you know this line, you can answer one tough MCQ. Parturition is a complex neuroendocrine mechanism. That is a written. What is the question I kept? Complex. So oxytocin is secreted from where? I'll give 3 choices for you. Ovary, uterus, placenta, where else? Where is oxytocin secreted? Any idea? Oxytocin is secreted from where? Where? Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is here. Pituitary gland secretes oxytocin. Very important. We'll think uterus. No, oxytocin is secreted from pituitary. First stimulation of parturition comes from uterus. True or false? No logic. True or false? First symptom of parturition comes from uterus. True or false? Your textbook clearly says fetus and placenta. Logic means we will think uterus. Fetus and placenta. What is the question? Fetus means what? Fetus means what? The baby inside the pregnant mother. The baby inside the uterus of a pregnant mother is called fetus. After delivery, it is called baby, newborn baby. Otherwise, it is called fetus. Okay. That itself is a separate MCQ. So, what is fetus? Okay, good. So, fetus and placenta, what is the question? The word first is very important here. First. That is the key word. First symptom, first stimulus of parturition comes from fetus and placenta. Oxytocin acts on the placenta in parturition. True or false? Oxytocin acts in the placenta on parturition. True or false? Oxytocin acts in the uterine muscle. Uterine muscle or muscle of uterus. Muscle of female uterus. Female uterus. What is the question? Oxytocin acts on the placenta during parturition. The answer is no. It acts on the uterine muscle or the muscle of uterus in female. What is the last step in parturition? Last step. The very last step in delivery. Normal vaginal delivery. Last step. Delivery of placenta. Don't answer delivery of baby. Placenta will come after delivery of the baby. Okay. So the last step in parturition is delivery of placenta. When they ask this question, remember Sheben also. Okay. Lactation starts after delivery of baby. True or false? Lactation starts after delivery of baby. Any idea? Lactation starts after delivery of baby. No. At the end of pregnancy, last month of pregnancy, a mother will start lactating. Will start secreting milk. First secreted milk of a mother is of a newly delivered mother. First secreted milk of a newly delivered mother is called what? The MCQ, this is repeated MCQ. It's called colostrum. COLOSTRUM. First secreted milk from a pregnant mother is called colostrum. This is an MCQ which was asked last year. Colostrum contains what? I will give the same MCQ in the textbook, in your question paper. Colostrum contains antibodies, direct MCQ. Direct MCQ. Colostrum contains antibodies. Colostrum contains antibodies. This is a repeat MCQ. So what is the use of these antibodies in colostrum? What is the use of these antibodies in colostrum? Any idea? Good resistance. Good resistance for the newborn baby. Yes. Colostrum gives good resistance for the newborn baby. Okay. Colostrum gives good resistance for the newborn baby. Breast milk secreted. Breast milk secreted in the first few weeks. The first few weeks. Breast milk secreted in the first few weeks is called colostrum. True or false? This is called NEET preparation. It is only first 6 days, not weeks, just 6 days. First 6 days breast milk is called colostrum. So always whenever you read MCQ like this, see what they have kept. See, they have kept weeks. Your textbook clearly says it is 6 days. Okay. And don't forget Sheben, share this great awareness video. Here my next video also. Stay tuned.